The Pirates take a quick 2-0 lead on a pair of solo homers, while Bubba Chandler and Braxton Ashcraft completely shut down this Athletics lineup. Ryan and I are here to talk about more about it on the North Shore 9 podcast presented by FanDuel. Yo. Welcome to the NS9 post-game show powered by Permane Brothers. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have the Ryan Alexander. Ryan, Pirates win 2-0 today against the Athletics. It's nice getting back in the win column, but how are you doing tonight?
I am doing good, DiNardo. Quickest game of the year, 1 hour and 52 minutes. I love that.
Is that official?
That was. They said it was the quickest game since last July or something, or maybe 2023 actually. So it was like the quickest game in the past couple years. You gotta love that on September 20th on a team that's buried in their division. We will take an under 2-hour game. I love it. So I'm doing.
I do. I was talking to Jim while the game was going on here at the end, and I'm like hit me. I'm like, this. I got to get ready to do a post game show. There's only like an inning left, and this is one of those games, a rare game where the Pirates don't have to go into the bottom of the ninth to play. So this would be even quicker than a full game here. So like, I got to get ready, and yeah, like it's an under 2-hour game. Pleasant, but I had to rush to get ready for the show.
Well, hey, we're giving away sandwiches. Get your hashtag raise it's in. It's the OG members tonight, DiNardo and myself. So, we'll, I was just thinking about this, DiNardo, as this game was going on. We're wrapping up our 10th season of Pirates baseball as North Shore 9 blog / podcast / YouTube show now. So, yeah, isn't it crazy?
Yeah. But hey,
you sound thrilled about that. It's been 10 years of pretty much losing baseball.
It's been a pleasure. It's been wonderful this whole time.
I got my Guinness though, so there we go.
Yes. But hey, as mentioned, get those hashtag raise-its in the comments. We're giving away 4 sandwiches today. 2 lucky winners will get them. So let's talk about this game. So as we mentioned beforehand, let's give Penn another shout out. He's been a member now for 9 months. Shout out to Penn. He's one of the real ones here. But this was an interesting game. This again, Oakland, take that back. The Athletics have a very good lineup. And Bubba Chandler he's had his up and downs all year, whether it's the minors and the majors. He got just completely obliterated against the Brewers a couple starts ago, had a nice bounce back. How is he going to do today facing this Athletics lineup? And Ryan, Bubba Chandler showed out. I heard he's not ready.
Yeah, he's not ready, DiNardo. He had a bad outing one time. Yeah, it's silly, isn't it? It's silly after hearing that stuff after one bad outing. He bounced back in his last start, and then tonight he shoved 5 innings. My FanDuel lock of the day. I don't win many, but I won tonight. 4.5 strikeouts. I had the over. He struck out the side in the first inning. Like you mentioned, this isn't the Pirates lineup he's facing. This is the A's lineup. They got a ton of power. I would kill for a Brent Rooker in this lineup. And he mowed him down. Nailed the 5 strikeouts early for me. In the third inning, he hit that bet. So that was a nice, didn't have to sweat that one out. And yeah, the A's had 1 hit. Ashcraft comes in. I don't know who looked better, Bubba or Ashcraft. Ashcraft, they couldn't touch him.
Well, Ashcraft looked better, but not to take anything away from Bubba, because Bubba looked fantastic. And like that just goes to show, like, once again, like this pitching staff, man, I don't want to get too ahead of myself here and talk about next year and stuff, but today's game, it was Bubba Chandler, it was Braxton Ashcraft, and just to highlight once again, as you saw today, and the reason why we talk about this isn't just depth as guys exist. These pitchers are nasty. You already have Paul Skeens. This game didn't face Paul Skeens. What you saw from Bubba Chandler today and Braxton Ashcraft was nasty.
It was. And look, this pitching staff, we know what they are. I mean, this was the perfect recipe for a Pirates win this year. Elite pitching, the bullpen comes out, keeps it together, efficiency, and the Pirates scratched together a couple runs. They did it in different fashion tonight because they did not really threaten at all either. I think we only had 5 hits. But the A's, man, there was no point in this game with the way Bubba and Ashcraft were throwing that you thought that this game was in jeopardy of losing. Like, it was 2-0, and it was just like it was over, and it was flying by quick. But yeah, I mean, these guys they're showing up. They're showing out for next year. We don't know how the rotation is going to look this year. They've been kind of throwing guys in the bullpen, piggybacking, whatever you want to call it. But they're showing out. Burrows is pitching tomorrow night. They're just it's looking electric. So it's very easy to get excited about the near future next year because of this pitching staff. And just to go on that, DiNardo, an MLB leading 18 total shutouts for the Pirates.
Of course.
They have 14 of those shutouts are at home, which is the most. Joe Block tweeted this out right after the game. It's the most home.
Also, of course.
Yeah, it's the most home shutouts since 1915 when they had 15 shutouts at home, and 1906. So the only 2 years at home where they had more shutouts. 14 out of their 18 shutouts are at home, which we've talked about it this year, how well they play at home than they do on the road.
So that makes sense. Because to interject here a little bit also, right? Jim told me something, and I hate giving credit to Jim, but I guess credit where credit's due. Jim said something during the game happening, right? 2 home runs today. That was their 44th home run hit at home this year. 44. Now, they have a winning record. Like, they play well at home. They have less home runs. Oh, first off, they have the least amount of home runs in baseball by a large margin, and they have less at home than they do on the road, and yet they win and do so well at home. How does that happen? Well, I guess because they just don't allow the team to score at all, as you led to here. So I guess there's the answer.
Yeah, I mean, we don't hit power, so it's not shocking that they don't hit it at home either. But
it's even less at home than away, and
right,
they have a winning record at home. That's just mind-boggling to me. I mean, they had to play close to. This is tomorrow's last games. They played 80 games at home. And they have 44 home runs.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty low. That's pretty bad.
And they have a winning record at home. Like, how does that happen? Well, they shut everyone out. I guess that's
they just pitch better at home. Yeah, 14 home shutouts. So it's just, I mean, if you would have said that, hey, the Pirates would be leading the MLB and shutouts at the end of the year, you'd think we'd at least be at 500 or like trying to fight for a wild card spot. But no, the offense is that bad. But yeah, I don't want to get on the offense yet. Bubba Chandler, just fabulous tonight. But it's like, I want to talk about Ashcraft. Like, Ashcraft was, so what do you have here? He had
3 perfect innings.
6 strikeouts, 3 perfect innings. His, hang on, I got to pull, I had it here. I lost it. His pitches, 33 pitches, DiNardo, 25 strikes. Like, the dude was just pumping it in the strike zone, and it was mostly the slider, pumping it in, getting strikes, and they couldn't touch him. Dude, his slider tonight, he had 11 swings on the slider, 8 whiffs. I mean, they couldn't touch him. And again, it's not taking anything away from Bubba.
Like,
but
he threw the pitch 15 times, and they swung and missed on it 8 times.
8 times.
Like, what?
Yeah. It was impressive, especially after Bubba exits, and you're thinking, well, that was pretty good against. I mean, these are good hitters. Like, they got 3 guys.
Yeah.
Nick Kurtz had 30 home runs in like a half season. Like, it's absurd. Brent Rooker, so like, and these guys just mowed them down tonight. And that's, I got to temper my expectations because it's the Pirates, and Lord knows Ben Cherington can't acquire an offensive piece. But it's hard not to get excited because you see this pitching staff, and this is what they do. Like, this is what you expect them to get better. And then you have Paul Skeens, on top of Bubba Chandler and Ashcraft and Burrows and Mitch Keller. So yeah, it's They were great tonight. They were efficient. They were great. Santana comes in. He's his old
Dope.
usual dope self. And as Lisa says here, she's got the efficiency out, the pitches per out. They were great tonight. It was fun to watch.
For sure. I mean, you want to start with Ashcraft, and rightfully so. Again, like when you talked about Bubba Chandler, when Bubba pitched, how can it get any better? I mean, that's what you're thinking. How can it get any better? Another fantastic performance by him. Sure, he didn't go perfect through 5 like he did his last time out, but it was damn near close to it. And then Braxton Ashcraft comes in and he throws 3 perfect innings. Just looked nasty. And again, I love this role for him because obviously the innings are something you got to worry about. This is how they're managing him. He's still getting innings, still facing major league batters and doing so. And again, let's focus on this offense. Like, this is a very good Athletics offense. I feel like they're like the 6th or 7th best in baseball, something around that. I mean, just go down their OPS in the lineup, starting with Butler, right? A 724
a lot better than the Pirates.
A lot better. 724 OPS, 823, 1000, 816, 827, 812, 702, 622, 676.
Dude, I would take
that's a sick lineup.
I would take any of them in our lineup.
Any one of them.
They would instantly be our best hitter if you throw. I mean, you're talking about 800s. We have like 500s.
OPS yeah, the best OPS the Pirates had today was a 743. That would rank 5th best.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm alluding to. Like, this also was a very, very talented lineup. This team scores runs, and they do it by the long ball as well. They hit a lot of home runs. And Bubba Chandler comes in. Now, Ryan, he starts off the first inning striking out the side. But of course, that's impressive. But to add on top of that, 9 fastballs, 100 miles per hour or more. Now, we were talking about the Hundo boys last year, and Paul Skeens and Jared Jones. Now, Jared Jones is obviously on the shelf right now with the surgery, although kudos, it was nice seeing him in the dugout today and back in the Berg. But he'll be returning at some point next year. And you talk about the rotation and such. He'll be returning at some point next year. We're now seeing Bubba. Like, we have the Hundo triplets or whatever you want to call them right now. Like, Bubba is showing out. That fastball is nasty as well.
Don't be calling them the Hundo boys. We need a new nickname.
I'm just saying that was what they were dubbed. That was the talk. Right. And then again, we're talking about like these riches that the Pirates have in pitching. And then they have Bubba Chandler come this year. And you're seeing what he possesses as far as talent. Like Paul and Jared were the talk of baseball last year. Now you're also dropping in Bubba Chandler onto these poor, pathetic, stupid, terrible, cheap Pirates. And it's like, that's what we're talking about. Like how you said, like, how can't you get excited? It's like, this is why you can get excited. Now, the offensive side is why you don't, and what tempers your expectations. But again, like, when you're seeing this pitching, there's 3 guys that just pump 100 all night long. And then here comes Braxton Ashcraft, who gets close, but just throws this nasty ass slider, right? And his pitch mix. And like, he just looks so good. There's Michael Burrows, who we'll see tomorrow, who's just consistent, like nothing super flashy except the changeup, which is ridiculous. Like, there is so much talent in this rotation. Yes, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, we know this is what this team is this year, and it's just, that's what I said. Like, and tonight the offense, like they didn't, like I said, they didn't threaten. They got two hits, one over the ballpark. It was enough tonight. Typically that doesn't happen, but like, you have this pitching staff. You don't need too much hitting. Like, you don't. You just need a couple of guys to kind of be consistent and carry you for a little while. And or if the good Lord, the A's have 3 30 home run guys. Like, if the Pirates just had a 125 home run guy, you'd feel a lot better. And it's just, you don't need much with this pitching staff. 4 runs tonight. They only needed 2 runs. But they've just been so bad this year with the hitting. And I don't know if it's going to get any better in the offseason, DiNardo. But it's just, it's crazy to see. They held Bubba down so long in AAA. A lot of talk on what they were doing. They bring him up, put him in the bullpen at first. But he's clearly got his feet wet, and he looks great. And he looks looking better. Sky's the limit next year, man. I mean, the reins should be off of Skeens.
Right.
Chandler's going to be going deeper into games, and whether they keep Keller or not, yeah, and I'll be the first one to say it. Everybody talked about the pitching depth before the season, and it was like it's all young, like it's all pretty much young pitching depth, and it's hard to rely on that. Guys are going to struggle, Harrington has struggled. Jared Jones gets injured, like that's going to happen. But you see Burrows and Ashcraft and Chandler, and it's like, whoa, like the pitching depth is here. This is why people were saying it, and they look really good. So yeah, get your hashtag races in. Give out some sandwiches tonight.
We are giving those away. So get those hashtag raisits just as Chris did here. But yeah, 100%. Again, I was very excited and proud and happy and glad for Bubba Chandler, because going back to that Brewers start where he got lit up, he gave up 9 earned. I mean, he was getting hit right and left. And even though he held his composure and didn't get lit up against the Dodgers were attacking and hitting him as well with that fastball the game before that even. So when he gave it the 9 earned runs, Doug and I were on here. And again, to go back to that, I said, like, I'm happy this happened. I'm glad it happened for Bubba. I'm glad this, how does he respond is what's important. These are going to happen for young pitchers. How does he respond? Ryan, he's responded with 11 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 walks, 1 hit by pitch, 1 hit batter today, which happened, and 13 strikeouts. He's responded saying, I'm the best damn pitching prospect in baseball. Shut up. For everyone who said I belong in the minors, shut up. I belong here. I'm going to stay here, and I'm making a difference. And that's what he's done so far these past 2 starts. Now, yes, it's 2 starts. But again, like, he has all the talent in the world. We saw the talent when he came up in the piggyback role like he was doing, right? When someone else was starting, he was coming into the game. Now he's starting the games, and back-to-back, just super impressive starts. And again, today with the Athletics, a very good offense.
Yep. Jacob Wilson, Jack's son, the only hit today for the A's.
Yeah.
And yeah, they, like I said, they besides hit by pitch, but that was it. Edsel says he's great with Davis. Dude, everybody's great with Henry Davis. Like, Henry Davis is doing a heck of a job handling this pitching staff. And, we've seen it when, Bart or whoever's calling the pitch count and, behind the plate, it's not as, the pitchers aren't as sharp. But yeah, you can't have Henry Davis catch every game. And Lord knows with the bat, I don't even know if you can afford it, but, yeah, Henry Davis has been great with this pitching staff. And
the bat for Henry has not been good, and it seems like it progressively gets worse.
He had a bloop single tonight.
He did, and I'll give him this. He didn't have a bunch of pop-ups in the infield. He was driving the ball for his outs, so there's progress, right?
I guess I said last week, I'm like, at least on these at bats, you used to be able to see like some promise with them, but there hasn't been much recently to like really say like, oh, he's hitting these things a mile foul, but like he just hasn't been good. But like you said, he was driving it more tonight. He had a bloops hit. But should we talk about the offense?
Yeah, I do want to say something before we go there, though, just to bring this up, because we're talking about catcher ERA and such. And right, like, this is a substantial difference. I mean, this is very noticeable between the two. And this doesn't count tonight, obviously, which is going to go down even further. But Joey Bart has 633 innings pitched on the year. Henry Davis, now this does include tonight, so this still remains at 643. So 10 more innings pitched, or caught, I should say, by Henry Davis. So what I'm getting to is they're very even. Joey Bart has a 4.84 ERA while he's catching. Henry Davis has a 2.95. That's very substantial. So
now,
like
he catches Paul Skeens too, but
he does.
Even throw that out.
I do give him that. There's a little bit of unfairness in there. He does get Paul Skeens every time, essentially, almost every time this year. But that's still very noticeable. That's a huge difference. And you tend to see all the other pitchers too typically pitch better to Henry Davis. Now, does that make up for the bat? No. But again, like, he does have some value, and it's to give him that kudos. He has done fantastic catching and receiving and throwing. And again, this is the ERA stuff. This isn't the catch, the stolen bases and stuff that Army possesses. Like defensively, Henry Davis has done leaps and bounds. He has become a good defensive catcher. That's why, again, I hope and pray, and there's still, if I'm going to bet on someone, unless you're betting on him too, then I'll fade him. But if I'm going to bet on someone, Ryan, I'm going to bet on Henry Davis. He's worked so hard on the catching side. Maybe this offseason he can find that bat, but he has done a phenomenal job with his pitching staff. And today, again, it goes to proof. Those two pitchers looked electric today.
Yeah, look, Paul Ski says it right here. If Davis could be as good next to the plate as he is behind the plate, dude, if he was as good at batting, he'd be a perennial all-star. There's no questions about it. He would be unbelievable. And it's just, hopefully he works on that in the offseason and something clicks, because he clearly has talent. We know he has some pop. I mean, even if he was a 210 hitter, but he hit 25 home runs, my God, I would take that at this point. But right now,
he was a 210 hitter and he hit 10 home runs.
I know he looks like he's a 3 home run hitter right now. So it's brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so getting into the office, I guess tonight, DiNardo, like I said, the Pirates, it really was more of the same from this year. There wasn't much threats from the Pirates. It just so happened that Nick Yorke and Bryan Reynolds hit 2 home runs over the fence and 2 solo shots, and it was enough tonight. Nick Yorke, it's good to see that, hey, he got one over the fence, but he still hasn't looked too great, since he's gotten this shot this year and everything. So, and B-Ray, Reynolds has come out of it. I feel like he just was so far into the hole earlier this year that his 718 OPS is starting to look great. From where he was.
No, absolutely. He's finishing the year off well. Since the All-Star break, he's really picked it up. So, he did get the home run today. Nick Yorke also, that was his first major league home run. So kudos to Nick Yorke.
Oh, I didn't
but
know that.
I mean, Nick Yorke kicked it off. Well, I mean, it's Nick Yorke, and he got caught up late last year.
Right.
I was it's not that surprising. But yeah, so Nick Yorke, he kicks it off. He gets the home run. That was good. And again, the way Bubba was pitching at that point in time, it's hey, this might be one of those games where 1 run is enough. And it actually was. But yes, Bryan Reynolds did go ahead and get another. Jim's saying that's not his first.
I was gonna say I didn't. It's his first this year. That I can confirm.
Oh, my bad. I'm looking at triples. My bad. He had 2 last year.
He's looking at triples.
Sorry about
folks.
that. I was under the triple stat. So okay, this was his third then.
You looked for home runs and they were like, "Are you sure this team? Are you sure with this team you want to look up home runs?"
Right. Are you? I think you're talking about triples. I'm going to take you to the triple owl here. So anyway, so he kicks it off. Reynolds gets the second home run, and that they did it. They spread it out a little bit. I mean, we've been prone to seeing the one big inning. They didn't really do that. But it was still very early. It was still very early in the game, and they just shut it down. That was it. They were done. Yeah.
Like I said, there was only 5 hits. That was 2 of them. There wasn't many base runners on this game at all tonight at PNC.
I mean, they went 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position.
Right.
You can say they failed, but they also didn't have any opportunities.
Yep. Triolo 0 for 4, Pham 0 for 3. Those are the 2 guys that kind of, I don't know, carried the offense last month, and Pham's been kind of I think he sees the end of the season in his eyes. He sees it. But Triolo's kind of not been, like Barry Bonds lately. And I don't know. It just wasn't much from this offense once again.
Yeah. Actually, I have a stat here. Jim's talked about a little bit here. This is Tommy Pham since getting
this bad.
contacts. And this is Tommy Pham since Fantasy Football Eve.
So that's since week 1?
Yeah, since the very beginning of fantasy football. That kickoff was Dallas, I think the Cowboys, right? So he's batting 324 when he got contacts all through the summer with a 391 OPS, 391 on base percentage and a 533 slugging. And then once fantasy football season began, which of course NFL season began, he's batting now 075, on base 213, slugging 175. So clearly he's invested elsewhere.
I knew he was bad this month. I didn't know it was that bad, but man, that man just loves some fantasy football.
It is really bad. Like Tommy Pham is really bad right now.
And how do you he went from really bad to like, I'm going to carry the offense for 2 months to really bad again. Like how? We thought he could see now. We thought that was the difference. So yeah, pump your brakes on the we need to bring back Tommy Pham on a 1-year deal, talk. But yeah,
I don't know though.
He hasn't done much.
I know 75 batting average still might be about 7th best on the team.
True.
Yeah.
No, the A's will probably pick him up and he'll hit 30 home runs next year.
Yeah, right. But anyways, yeah, it just wasn't too pretty after that. Now, I do want to bring this up. Oneil Cruz was back in the leadoff role. Now, I'm not here to say Oneil Cruz had a great game or anything like that. I'm just saying he was in the leadoff role. This was something I talked about, I feel like, on a couple NS9 Lives ago. Personally, me, I don't have a strong opinion on it. If he is or isn't, whatever. But I kind of wanted to see maybe Oneil going back into the leadoff role because he does well there. Right away he has to get in the game, get in on the action and such. And of course, too, in that spot with this non-deep lineup, right, he has a little bit of protection. Of course, Jared Triolo right behind him. I mean, pitchers are fearing Jared Triolo, obviously, right, Ryan? And then, of course, September B-Ray. So, he might get some better pitches to see. It might get him involved in the game a little bit better and such. So, yeah, I was interested in seeing Oneil at the leadoff role. And then, he goes 1 for 4 today with a strikeout. But that's all. I thought it was something noteworthy to talk about. Oneil Cruz back in the leadoff role. That was interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not against it. We don't really have a leadoff hitter. We don't really have good hitters. So, if you want to put him there to try to spark something like kind of earlier this year was, I'm for it, but he just needs to be better. And, he's coming into today 179 for the month. I mean, it's bad. And even with the leadoff position, I just had the numbers up. His OPS, his average and OPS wasn't great from that, but he hit most of his home runs, 10 home runs were from the leadoff position. So yeah,
he was throwing a lot of walks though too.
He was. His on base was better in that spot. Mm-hmm. So like I said, if you want to throw him there to try to spark something in the last couple of weeks here in the season, maybe you should have done a little sooner. Probably would be my only complaint instead of waiting till literally the last week of the season. But he just needs to be better. And I don't know. Coming out of the All-Star break, he had a little bit of momentum and seemed to be kind of doing better. And it
was about a week. Yeah.
Yeah. It was about a good week. It just hasn't been good. No. So they severely need him to be better if they're going to have a better offense next year for sure.
I agree. So again, there's the aspect of as stupid as it sounds, I understand why it sounds stupid. He's been a terrible hitter, but for Oneil Cruz himself, I think him being a leadoff might be a catalyst to get him going again. So that's why I'm kind of interested in seeing him there at the leadoff once again. Another thing of note also, I mean, obviously there's basically a week left of baseball. He's 2 stolen bases away from 40. I know these things don't really matter, but him in the leadoff spot gives him a better opportunity maybe to catch 40 stolen bases in a terrible season and whatever. And more importantly for my over and unders, Ryan, he's closer to getting 40 stolen bases. So
of course you got to get that in there. He's also 1 home run short of 20. We were talking maybe can he get a 20-40 season? There's still a shot.
Yeah.
Still a shot. Because I remember being on a post game with Jim in May. I think it was May. And we were talking 30, 50.
Oh, he was on
70.
pace for it. I mean, he was 50, at one point on pace for a 30, 60.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. We were looking up Eric Davis numbers and Barry, it was ridiculous where he was trending. And now we're can he get the 20 home runs? We're stuck on 19. Let's go here. So maybe in that leadoff position, they can at least get him to 20-40.
Yeah. So that will at least be Cool. You know what? We'll get to make a graphic about
That'd be
it
cool.
that
There you
everyone
go.
will hate on. So I'm ready for that.
Well,
One
they
quick
won't hate
update
on it
here.
as much as our Ryan Locks graphics.
Right. But one quick thing here to put out here. So Jim did the math. So we have some Gymalytics for the show right now before
He's
we go out of
mathing.
here. So Jim does say, yes, this is for non-Skeens catcher ERA, right? So we talked about Henry Davis does catch a lot of Paul Skeens. That's why it's skewed in a big way. However, it's still not that far off. I mean, I forget what I said. Was it like a 2.95 ERA? Yeah. Henry Davis has a 2.95 ERA catching, right? When you take Skeens out, Henry Davis catching ERA is 3.26. Joey Bart, 4.86. I mean, you're talking about 1.5 runs per game. So I guess like what I'm alluding to and trying to talk about value and why when you're just looking at hitting and Henry Davis and such, like I know there's a lot of stuff you can't see, but just look at that 1.5 runs per game. Does any catcher really provide 1.5 runs offensively per game outside of like Cal Raleigh, who hit 57 again tonight? Like, you know, like again, that's kind of where I'm coming at here. Like, I know Henry Davis stinks offensively. It's atrocious. I'm not here telling you that Henry Davis is also a good player with the defense. But what I am saying is he does add a lot defensively. And that's why there's a lot of hidden value in Henry Davis right now than there are a lot of catchers. I mean, when you go as far as terms of like value across the league, he's not even near bottom third as far as catchers out there. So again, this number, I do like this. It kind of shows. I mean, and also shows how bad Joey Bart is. But yeah, Joey Bart is a 4.86 ERA when he's catching. Henry Davis a 3.26.
Yeah, it's even if you're throwing out the generational Paul Skeens numbers, it's still a significant difference. Like you said, the 1.6 runs basically difference. And that's why you want Davis back there. It's just, man, you'd wish he could hit something while he's while he's catching 5 times a week. It would really be nice. But yeah, he's definitely, you know, heads and shoulders above Bart and a lot of catchers in that spot. And look, Paul Skeens basically said he's my catcher. Like that's good enough for me. Like if Skeens wants you to be out there and pitching, you know, catching you, that's good enough for me. So, but it's not just with Skeens, obviously, as Jim just showed.
Right. But like you said, if Paul Skeens says I want him, well, you know what? I'm going to give Paul Skeens what he wants.
Yes, me too.
So here's your Henry Davis. I just hope that he gets good enough that he's afforded the ability to catch 2 more pitchers because his bat helps. But yeah, so again, end of the day, Pirates do win 2-0. I think it's time to give away some sandwiches, Ryan.
Yeah, get the thing up there. I'm going to go ahead and read the comment of the night from Greg Mercer.
Okay.
While you get that going, Greg said, talking about Cruz, his home run steal split might be as good as Fam's eyesight. That almost at 20/40.
Yeah.
He's working towards there. I like it.
I like that. Is it time to give away then? We have 61 entries, Ryan.
Yeah.
Just 61.
Come on, guys. That's where we're at here. I know it's late in the year. It's September. It's football season. College football's on, but yeah, it's.
Also, you know what? It's Ty Ty's birthday today, so everyone wished Ty Ty a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Tyler.
He's been completely off the grid.
Is it? Was that Jason Bay's birthday too, or was that yesterday? It was either yesterday or today.
I guess Tyler shares a birthday with Jason Bay.
Who knew? There we go.
Congratulations, Jason Bay. All right, let's do it. Doesn't look like we're getting any more, so I'm hitting that draw. So as we're waiting, if you haven't already, go ahead and like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Tomorrow, I know for our members right now, if you're a member, it's 99 cents to be a member. But if you are a member, our Nathan has put up a video for Jung Ho Gong. If he never got injured in 2015, what might happen? So go check out that video. That'll debut for everyone else tomorrow at 11. Our first winner, Charlie Williamson.
Congrats, Charlie.
You know what to do. Go ahead and email us, northshore9@gmail.com. Send us your email associated with your Primanti Brothers app. If you don't have Primanti Brothers app, download it. Then tell us which email you used. We'll submit that over so that way you get their 2 sandwiches loaded into your account.
Charlie's in here. He says better late than never. So I guess he's been waiting. He's been waiting all year.
Well,
if the Pirates would have won 90 games instead of 66, maybe we could have given away some more.
right. Let's say as a Pirate fan, we're just used to waiting to win.
Yeah. Yep. Here we go. Number 2.
And then Jeff LaGrassa. Congratulations to Jeff. You're also a winner, our second win of the night. Possibly. I mean, we don't know. He could be our last winner of 2025, Ryan.
Oh, God. Don't say that.
This could be it. Jeff, you could be the very last winner we ever have.
Last winner from PNC Park, maybe home games. We'll
right.
win. We got to win one in Cincinnati. Come on.
Let's hope. But anyways, yeah, Jeff, same thing. Go ahead and email us. Send us your email associated with Primanti Brothers, and we'll get those sandwiches out to you. So, Rai, does that wrap up our post-game show?
I think so. Jeff's in here too. Congrats. Mark Crawley says he's 0 for 106. The streak continues. Yeah, it's brutal. Look, hey, the Pirates swept the Dodgers to start this month, and then I think they went 1-12. So, hey, at least they won tonight. We haven't given away too many sandwiches this month. It's tough.
That's right. You know what? Take that, Dallas Braden. Take that big L.
Raise it.
We're out of here. We appreciate you all as always.
Thanks,
like I
guys.
said, like, subscribe. Go ahead and do that if you haven't. Hype the video. If you're on mobile, next to all those, there's a thing called hype. You can hype the video if you want. We appreciate that as well. It's a new thing by Instagram. Maybe help out our analytics, help out those numbers. Spread the word of Pirates baseball.
Yes.
So
Sportsnet Pittsburgh only crashed 6 times tonight for me, which it was like on pace for about 18. So 6 wasn't bad. 6 wasn't bad.
So it's pulling an Oneil Cruz also. So there you go.
It's pulling a I don't know, Reynolds. It's getting better. It's getting better.
There you go. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Another post game. Doug and I, because of course it's NFL Sunday. So Doug and I will be on to tell you about your Pirates victory tomorrow and the A's, the Athletics sweep. God, just be a normal team. So we'll see you then.
There's no sweep.
I'm sorry. A series win.
There you
You're
go.
not sweeping. But I got caught up on their stupid name. Yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow. Bye.
Peace.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.